Hello everyone, Stephen Barber here, Freedom Lifestyle Guide. You just heard the power come back on here in Mazatlan. It is a very wet, windy, raining day here. And so sometimes the so-called living the life and paradise is not what we always think it's going to be, which is exactly what I want to talk to you about today. I think sometimes when we are, practicing the law of attraction, we can be very hard on ourselves for not being further along, so-called, than what we are already. And yet, our journey is perfect. It's a perfect journey. We are exactly where we need to be, exploring what we need to exactly explore. Sometimes those explorations are in the areas of fear and limiting beliefs that bring up fear. Fear that we aren't really source. Fear that we really don't have the ability to control our lives, because if we knew how, it would already be better. And yet we are in an exploration and a journey, and the goal isn't just to arrive at the end, it's to go on the journey and discover more of who we truly are and what we came here to do. And in general, those things would be to live in trust, to live in acceptance, to live in a state of allowing, to live in joy. And so I've been going through some of that lately, and it was very discouraging. I was asking myself, if I'm a spiritual teacher, how is it that I could get into such a funk? But as always, the funk is for me. It's for you to look and see, well, what is it I'm believing that is keeping me from experiencing more joy, more love, acceptance? And so I just want to encourage you, if you're in a place like that you are doing extremely well. From a higher perspective, you're doing exactly what you intended to do. And you can choose to explore where you are now more fully, or you can decide that you've had enough of that exploration and you'd like to deal with the limiting beliefs and move ahead in more love, joy, and acceptance and trust. And I had an interesting conversation yesterday with a couple of people here in Mexico, and I was talking about the law of attraction to them. They were maybe unfamiliar with what that was, and so I was describing to them what it was, and we ended up having a great conversation. And one of the people there asked me two questions. One was, how long have you been doing this? And so to that I replied, I think maybe 10 or 11 years, something like that, practicing and teaching the law of attraction. And the second question was, to what result? What end? Now, I think a lot of times people are thinking that the answer should be the house, the car, the relationship. For me, the answer, because I came out of depression and was looking for a way to feel better, that's what I was after. And so there was a twofold part to my answer. One was, I feel a lot better. I'm no longer on antidepressant medications, and I do feel good most of the time. And I am living in Mexico and exploring 6 months of being not in Canada and basically on the beach in Mexico, except for days like today when it rains. Even though I was there anyway, I got soaked. And the other part of my question was trust. That 3 years ago, I had a deep desire, I realized, to trust the universe to guide me and support me. And that as I followed on my unique path, and we are all on unique paths, you're on a unique path, that I really wanted to trust that I was being guided, that I really was an extension of source energy, that I really did have the power to create my life, that I would be supported, that I could accept and love the journey. And I have come a long way to that, to trust and learning to act on inspiration and not succumb to fear, but to process the fear or the limiting beliefs. And I will always be doing that. As a teacher, it was really encouraging the other day to listen to Esther Hicks talk about how she isn't always in alignment, that sometimes she is way out of alignment. This is Esther Hicks. So if you're feeling that, be gentle with yourself. You will come back into alignment when you stop resisting, when you learn the lessons. And they're not tests, they're lessons, they're out of love. And you'll move forward from there. So I hope that was helpful for you today. It's just a little bit of me, what's happening with me, making myself vulnerable to my own experience so that hopefully you can benefit from it. Not to fix anything, but to expand in awareness and to live in more joy. Okay, have yourself a great day. Bye for now.